about the dialogue and getting back together with LMA. What are some of the challenges that the market operators are facing in the United States right now?
You know, a lot of those issues, Rick, are the same issues you're fighting. The animal disease traceability is a big thing that's coming down the pike. It's going to be, the burden is going to fall to the auction market owners. When it comes to fruition, that as well as transportation issue, electronic logging devices in our trucks that the government's having us put in. There's just so many of those issues that are the same, and it's so great to work with you and your colleagues to back and forth, and because the things that'll work for you will work for us, and vice versa.
Well, I can certainly tell you that LMAC and the members are excited about getting back on a level playing field and working with LMA in the future on a lot of issues. One of our issues in Canada right now is finding experienced help. We are really struggling with the labor situation. Is that happening in the South as well?
It is. It's a big issue for us as well, and I don't know the answer for that question. We wish, we would look back 25 years to, every kid wanted to stay in agriculture and could stay in agriculture. Now there's things that are taking those farm boys away from the farm and into the cities, and it's tough to replace them. And we're having that same issue in our country.
Now in Canada right now, we're seeing actually declining probably cow numbers, which is a bit of a concern to our industry, but I think that the auction marts are doing better. I think that we're getting more cattle in. The true price discovery by public auction is the method of marketing the cattle, and I'd like your comments and thoughts on that.
Of course, we believe that everything should be sold at auction. I do. I'm the auction advocate. I truly believe it and believe in it, as well as a large percentage of our producers, and even like you said, a larger percentage of them are coming back to the auction. They're coming back to true price discovery. They're coming back so they won't have to lay awake at night wondering what their cattle would have brought. They know that day, if that auction market man did his job, assembled the buyers, got the market, that was the market that day. And it's brought a lot of them back, and our deal is the same. We worry about our cow numbers a lot. We probably got the same numbers, but in bigger hands. We don't have as many of the 30, 40, 50 head cow guys as we used to. We've got more of the 300, 400, 500 head cow guys now. But those two, it makes that challenge a little easier to market those cattle in a bigger sense, in load lots and in bigger ways. But so you're dealing with fewer people but more cattle, so it's good.
That's good. Any thoughts on the upcoming fall calf market?
That's my crystal ball doesn't work any better than anybody else's. I do think though that with some of the things that have hit in our country, and you have them. You have your problems up here just like we do there with we've had some, the flooding that's come across kind of cow country. They called it the bomb cyclone when it hit cow country early this spring, about calving season. That's going to, take those numbers out of the market. It could make this early calf market awfully good.
That's great. Well, Tom, I really appreciate you taking time to talk with us. You have your own convention coming up next week. We have a small delegation of Canadians going down to it. Can you just tell us briefly what's going to be happening?
We'll be in Visalia, California. The auction contest, the World Livestock Auctioneer Contest, will be in Tulare, California, hosted by one of our past LMA presidents and past former world champions, David Macedo and his family. And it'll be held at their market, but our meetings will be in Visalia, and it'll be great. Be the first time that it'll be an all dairy cattle auction. It'll be the contestants will be selling all dairy cattle, so it'll be a little different take on the contest this year, but in a great way. It's always well attended, and it'll be good.
Well, that's great. Well, have a good time at the convention, and thank you for coming to Canada.
Rick, thank you for having us. Thank you.
Tom Fry, ladies and gentlemen. And I'd like to get Tom, if he wouldn't mind, to come on up and sell about 3 or 4 things for us. We got some fundraiser deals, and we always get our past champions to go. And considering you're a Calgary champion, if you would indulge us a little, we would be much appreciated. And if we could get Robbie and Danny and a few of the boys to take some bids for us here, that would be really good. Some of our past champions. The other fellows, Ross in the back.
I didn't think I had to work for my supper.
So there's only 3 of these left in the world there, Tom, and that's an extra large, so I'll turn it over to you.
You think it'll fit? Well, I'll tell you, you couldn't have picked a better time to do this. You know, right after you play that tape of those 45 Canadian auctioneers. I'm glad, Rob Bergman, that I wasn't in that contest yesterday, because I probably would have been last. I'll tell you what, give those 45 auctioneers one more great big hand. Did a great job. Well, I won't get up here and dilly-dally, but I'm going to tell you something. Rick said that there's only, how many of these left in existence? 3 in the world. Can you imagine that? Stand up, buddy. I think it'll fit you. Oh, you do? Would you give $500 for another one? Thank you. Now $600 and 5 here, $600 and 5 here, $600, $100, $100 and $200, 1 down, 2 down, 3 and $300, 3 $300 and 203 and $300, $300 2. Give a half now. 3 down, $300. Now hand 350, 54, $400. Oh, now have 450 and 400, 450, 450, 50, 450, 450, 400, 450, 400, 450, 450. I think it'll fit. 400, 450, 450. One of the other 3 will. 400, 450, and 400, 450. Sold you way at $400. Russell Stockyards. Give him a great big hand, buddy. Thank you. Hey, it's donated by, who'd you say? The Jones Boys. The Jones Boys Western Wear, and it's an extra large. Rob, that will fit you. Yes, it will. A few years ago it wouldn't have. $500, $600, and 5 here, $600, and 5 here, $200, $300, and $300. Down 4 and $400, $400, and 4 down, $400, half. Now 4 down, $400, 4 down, 4 at $350, $400, 4 down, $400, at $350, $400, $350 down, 4, $350, $400. Anybody else have down $450 at $400, $450, $450 at $400, $450, $400. What a quarter do you to good? 4 1/4. Now half. Now 75. See, that never works. 450, 75, 450, 75. It'll be all right. 450, 75, 450, 75, 450, 75. Down 500. Oh, now you'll always remember. Now quarter, down $500 quarter. At 500, 500, 500, 500. Now half. At 550. Oh, it'll fit. 550. At 5 1/4. You ain't got one like that. 5 1/4. 550. 75, 575. At 550, 75, 550. 575. Now $600. Ain't this fun? Now quarter and 600 down a quarter, 600 and a quarter. Now half. 650, 650, 6. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come here. 650, 700, 750, 800. Oh, 6 1/4, 6 1/2, 75, 675, 675. Huh? Get up here. Come here. Come here. I got to try it on you too. Now 700. Now, I scared him to death. 700 and 700. You want to try it again? Are you sure? Really? I work on commission, you know. 700 and 675, 700. Sold it 675. Kenny Perlich. Thank you, buddy. Perlich Brothers. Hey, now we've got a medium, a large, and an extra large. So you just pick your shirt. Now, Rob, you heard me. I said pick your shirt. Now, I'd buy one, but you know, I seen you wearing one today, and I just don't think I'd ever look as good as you did in one. Yeah, that's right. But you need another one because that one you had on had a stain on it. So you'd give $200 for another one, wouldn't you? Oh, that's what it was. I'm 200, 250. I'm $200, 250, 250. Now three. I'm three, $300, three. Now I'm down three, and I'm four. At four, now I'm down 450. Down five, and $500, five here, $500. At four, would 475 do you any good? It'll sure look good under your vest. 450, 75. At 450, 75. 450, 75. At 450, 475. Anybody else? 450, 475. 475. Sold it $450. Whoa, say that again. Whitewood Livestock in Pipestone. And he wants Pipestone Livestock. How'd I do that? Hey, is the small going to fit you? Because I really wanted to buy the extra large. No. Which one would you like? The large. Okay. Oh, thanks. I knew you wouldn't let me down. You think it'll fit? Okay, I'll give 400. Now five and $400, $500. Hit four down, $500, five here, $500. Hit 400, $500, four here, $500, five here, $500. I sure wish somebody bid against me. At 400, $500. You know, I got to get clear to California and clear back to Iowa next week, and 400's all I got. 400, 450. And now five down, $500. And now five down, five, 450. Now 75. Now 500 and $500. And now quarter down, $500, quarter down, $500, quarter down, half, 550. Hit 550, 75, 575, 575, 600 and $600. And now 600. Oh, red old boy, $600. And now $600. And now $600. Now quarter, now $600. Oh, Brock old boy, and 600 quarter. And $600 down quarter. I should have never told you, should I? And whoa. Oh, yeah, smart aleck. And 600 down quarter, and $600 quarter, $600. What was that exchange rate? 600 down quarter, and now half, now 600 half, 600 half, rat, 600 half. Whoa, you can't quit so quick. 600 quarter, 600 half, it is 650. Sold it $625. Brock Taylor, and he wants the small. You want the big one? Really? Who are you going to get to give it to? Oh, he's okay. All right. And we got which one left? The medium. Oh, Rob, they got yours left. There down $500, here down $200, $300, 200, 3, 4, and 4, 5, and $600, 7, 7, 7, 6.5, 650. I'll go slow. 6.5, 650, 600, 6.5, it is 600. Give a quarter, 6.25. You know he'll give more. 6.25 down, 600 down, quarter, 600 down, quarter, 600 and 25, 600 down and quarter. Anybody else? 600 down and quarter. Sold it $600. Rhett Parks, thank you, buddy. And you do. That's the one you get. Thanks, Rhett. Thank you. Rick, thank you. And hey, Canada, thank you for your hospitality. We're going to enjoy having some of you down next week. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, our next on the agenda here is we want to take just a quick moment to recognize the guys that probably had the toughest job in the world yesterday. Were our judges for 2019. Marty Ward from Menora, Alberta, with CW Order Buying. He's the past chairman of the International Livestock Auctioneering Competition at the Calgary Stampede, and had a great time here. He had to take off this morning. His daughter was in high school rodeo, so. And Jason Daynard from Team Livestock Auction in Calgary, in the Calgary Stockyards. He's on our board of directors, and this is his first go at the judge in the competition. Did a fantastic job for us, Jason. Of course, Bruce Holmquist, the general manager of the Canadian Simmental Association. We've asked Bruce for 3 years in a row to come and judge for us, and he's traveling all over the world promoting the cattle industry, and we're real happy that he took a bit of time out of his busy schedule to join us this weekend. Ross Taylor wasn't able to make it with us. They had a death in the family, and he had to pull out at the last minute, but our condolences are with the Taylor family. Corey Secure from Drayton Valley. He's a professional auctioneer. He had his own auction marts for a number of years, has the team auction sales at Drayton Valley, and Corey's not here tonight either, but a real good guy and a real qualified judge. Neil Martin was our replacement judge, and we couldn't get a picture into the competition here quick enough, but Neil's from Mardale Transport. He's a livestock order buyer out of Floridale, Ontario. He's been coming to the convention for the last 4 or 5 years, and I phoned him, I think it was Wednesday, and said, can you fill in for us? And he said, sure, Rick, I can do that for you. Thank you, Neil. Bobby Miller out of Kamloops, BC. He's the administrator for the Mountain Livestock Markets Association, also works for the brands department out there, and he is the appointed director from British Columbia on our board of directors. Our interview judges had a tough day yesterday.